to all M-Line family and friends from Singapore and from Malaysia. Is it anyone from Malaysia here? Okay, yeah. Regarding, first, thank you for giving me this time to share to you about our VG81. So today we are going to go a little bit more details about our VG81. On last week, Mr. Pei has shared to us that how our digestive system work, and also there are also 6 types of stools that can actually tell your health conditions. So remember that there are total of 6 types, but I just summary in 3 types. Okay, so if your stool are looking like a rabbit stool, which is round, small like that, so meaning that you are lacking of fiber. If you are having banana kind of stools, meaning that you have enough fiber intake. But if you are having watery stools, meaning that you also lack of fiber. So in these conditions, in order to allow us to ensure our fiber intake is sufficient, so I strongly recommend all of you to take VG81. So today, I will share to you more, especially the uniqueness of our VG81. So before that, let me have a short recall of our last week's sessions, which is, I remember that Mr. Pei asked, okay, so do you know what is the reason that why we eat food, why we eat like rice, meat, and vegetables? Still remember? You may just type in the chat box, okay? So actually, basically the reason that we eat actually is we want the nutrients from the food. So basically, human needs 7 types of nutrients, or we can call it as 46 types of essential nutrients to ensure our health. So these 7 classes of nutrients are included: minerals, vitamins, fiber, proteins, fats, water, and also carbohydrates. So all these 7 classes are important to provide you energy, to help you to repair your cells, and also to maintain normal functioning of your body, various body mechanisms. So in order to ensure that you have to get enough these 7 classes of nutrients, in other words, we need to eat well-balanced diets. All right, let us see what is well-balanced diet. So in this diagram, actually we need to eat 80% of alkaline food and also 20% of acidic foods. Okay, let me ask you a question. So do you have any idea that the rice or the bread that you usually eat, do you know that they are under acidic food or alkaline food? Okay, you will just type in the chat box, yeah? Okay, so actually, the rice that we eat, the meat that we eat, the bread, and also the meat that we eat, all are under these acidic food categories. Actually, we need to eat more fruits and vegetables, as fruits and vegetables are under these alkaline categories. Okay, so in order for us to maintain health, we actually need to eat food which is low in calories, low in fats, low in animal protein, and also this is very important, high in fiber. I believe that many, especially Chinese, we say that when you have a good appetite, it's a blessing for health. And also, in other words, also got people say that you are what you eat. Which one do you agree? Which one do you think that is more correct? You may just type in the chat box. If asking me, I would prefer you are what you eat. Why? Because just like I have mentioned, that's what we eat, we want to get the nutrients, right? So meaning that if you are usually what you eat is very high in sugar, high in fat, so in long term, maybe 10 years or 20 years later, you will have disease with 3 high, usually high blood pressures or diabetes, or also high cholesterol, and so on and so on. Okay, so now I wanted to ask you this. So are you all like to eat this food? Fried chickens? Any one of you here is your favorite? Maybe I believe that all people, adults, no matter it's adult or kids, you love this fried chicken. Not only that, there are here also red meats, and also sometimes, especially perhaps that you yourself or maybe your kids now really love to eat all these kind of desserts. Not only donuts, but also some like cakes, ice cream, and so on and so on. So not only that, there are also like drink, especially carbonated drinks, and also colorful drinks. Okay, so not only that, here is satay. So satay is very famous in Malaysia, and also this Maggi mee and this fried meat as well. So if you are eating this food in your daily meal, actually this is a very high in fats, also high in animal proteins, high in sugar, low in fiber. So these food are under all this category. So actually, we actually not advise you to eat the food under this category because this is bad for our health. Especially this food, it will make our body to become acidic. So when our body conditions become acidic physic, so it will convert our healthy cells to become cancer cells. So that's why, in other words, we also call this food as cancer foods. All right. So what happens when you consistently don't eat enough of fiber? Okay, let us see. So if you have a low fiber diets in your daily meal, so it will cause heart disease because there's soluble fiber like you can be found in legumes or oatmeal and also nuts and seeds. Actually, all these fibers, it can help us to reduce the total cholesterol and also reduce the bad cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol, and also regulate our blood pressure. So there are also studies who have been proven that when you are eating enough of fiber, it can be actually help you to reduce the risk of getting heart disease. Besides diabetes, because soluble fibers can help you to, it acts as a buffer for the absorption of the sugar. So meaning that when you eat, so it can help you to prevent the sugar spike after you eating. So a good sugars control is actually very useful for people with high in diabetes. Okay, not only that, it will also cause obesity and also constipation. So when we are talking about constipations, actually some of you might think that you just constipate 1 or 2 days, so it's not a big deal. Any one of you here had this experience or have this thoughts in your mind before? So actually, we have actually said that if you are constipated 1 day, it's actually more severe than your smoking. So even though you did not smoke, you will be having the chance of getting colon cancer as well if you are constipated. So this constipation issue is actually a very severe symptoms for you to show that you're actually lacking of fibers. All right. So now, lacking of fiber in every meal daily, okay, so it can lead to cancer, not to mention other factors. So we can see these words. In Chinese, it's called as eye. In English, is actually referred to cancer. So you can see this red color box. So this actually means cold mouth. So we can see 3 mouth here. Okay, first mouth is eat. So you will get cancers perhaps from the food choices that you take, like you are eating of food which is high fat, high sugar, and so on and so on, and also lacking of fiber. So this is one. So second is drink. You like to drink alcohol, you like to drink carbonated drinks, and also even drink with colorful the color drinks. Third will be inhale. You like to smoking. All this kind of will lead to cancer 1 day. Usually cancer, it won't happen 1 day. Like if only 1 day you smoke, or 1 day you only take food which is very high in fat, so it won't lead to cancer in only 1 day. It usually will lead to cancer after 10 years, 20 years, or perhaps 30 years, after all the toxins has been accumulated in your guts, in your body, to become mountains, then only it will lead to cancer. Okay. So next we will proceed. So we can see that here there are actually a lot of reports have been mentioning that 270 million people are dead due to chronic disease. So lacking of fiber, this is because of their lacking of eating fruits and vegetables every year. You can see here, dietary fiber deficiency can lead to cancer. Next, we can see that colorectal cancer is the second most common cancer in Malaysia. And also the incidence rate of colorectal cancers in Malaysia is also now increasing already. So if you are someone who are always eating out, perhaps that you do not know how to cook, or you are lazy, or you have no time, so beware of colorectal cancers, because there are also reports saying that if you are often dining out, so the chances of you are getting colorectal cancers will be higher. All right, so how? Because when we talk about cancers, everyone will be afraid of this, and no one will hope that we will get cancers in our later life, isn't it? So actually, honestly speaking, we actually not only hope for it, we actually need to action. We need to do something to prevent. Okay, so by how we should do that? Okay, from the 3 mouth that I mentioned, from eat, from drink, and also from smoke. Okay, from first one, now we are going to focus on to change your diet. So people with chronic disease are often with an acidic body physique. So how should we change our acidic body physique? So this is the things we should start doing now. When we are thinking of making changes, yes, we know that it's difficult, but we still need to start doing it. When after you are starting, you will feel that it's not as difficult as you think before you have started to do it. So now start changes in your diet. All right, so when we see, talking about this, in the old days, people will have a more primitive diet. So meaning that they are mostly consume of fruits, vegetables, and therefore that's why their bodies are very strong. This is because that they are taking a lot of this fiber. So talking about this, actually it made me recall back that my grandfather, actually he was lived until the age of 100 years old. So is 100 years old actually in modern life nowadays, there are not many people can live up to this age actually. So when I recall back, this is actually because his diet was really, really very healthy. So he do not take any fried foods. So what he ate was only steamed foods, fruits and vegetables. So that's a lot. So that's why it can help him to have a longer life. Yeah, 100 years old. So okay, now we talk about the importance of dietary fiber. So dietary fiber is one of the essential nutrients which is required by the human body. So in nutrition, it is recognized as the 7 categories of nutrients. But there was once before that dietary fiber were being neglected. Why? Because dietary fiber cannot provide you energy. It cannot be digested, also cannot be absorbed. But starting when people realize that when you're eating enough fiber, it can help you to clean your guts, it can help you to remove your stools, prevent constipations, and thereby it can help you to prevent colorectal cancer and so on and so on. So that's why nowadays it has been recognized as the 7 categories of nutrients. Okay, so let us see. There are actually 2 types of dietary fiber. There are insoluble fiber and also soluble fiber. So what is insoluble fiber? Okay, let me go in quick. Okay, insoluble fibers, it does not dissolve in water. So it can add bugs to your stool. So that's why it can help you to relieving constipations. So when you don't have any constipation problem, so thereby it can help you to reduce the risk of getting colorectal cancer. So the sources of insoluble fiber can be from whole grains, wheat cereals, and vegetables like carrots, celery, and also tomatoes. On the other hand, soluble fibers is the fiber which can absorb water. So when it absorbs water, you can imagine that it acting like a gel-like substance moving in your digestive tract. So when it moves along, it can help to absorb the waste in your digestive tract and also help to reduce this cholesterol level and also regulate your blood glucose level as well. So the sources of soluble fiber can be found in barley, oatmeal, beans, nuts, and fruits such as apples, berries, citrus fruits, and pears. So because there are 2 types of fiber, so maybe you will think that, oh, you wanted to prevent constipation, so you just only eating insoluble fiber. So no, 2 types of these dietary fibers are also very important. They act together to give us these benefits. So when it's move along, so you can imagine it acts like a broom. So when it moves along, it can help you to remove the residual stools in your intestinal. So it can help you to poop easily, thereby can reduce the risk of getting colon cancer. So as I mentioned just now, when you're getting enough of fiber, it acts as a buffer for the absorption of sugar. So that's why after you're eating, so it can prevent the sugar spikes like that. So that's why it can that's why it is very beneficial to the people with diabetes. At the same time, it also can inhibit the absorption of cholesterol as well. So lastly, it can help you to control your weight, especially for people if you wanted to have a lose weight. So getting enough fiber. Why? Because when we get enough fiber, it can help you to increase the feeling of fullness. So when you are feeling full, so at the same time, you will not go and look for like snacks, junk foods like ice cream, chocolates, anything different foods. So when you're cutting down all these kind of food, so at the same time, it can help you to control your weight. All right, so let us see. In this medical review from the Lancet, so it has been stated that after analyzing these 185 studies, and also 58 clinical trials. So they found out that if you shifted that 1,000 people from a low fiber diet, which is less than 50 grams of fiber in a day, to a high fiber one, 25 to 25 grams in a day. So they found that it can actually prevent 13 cases of death and also 6 cases of this heart disease. It also shows low levels of type 2 diabetes and also bowel cancers, as well as can lower weight, blood pressure, and also cholesterol level. Okay, so actually all this has been proven is actually works getting up when you're getting enough of fiber. All right, so now coming to this question, how much fiber do we actually need? Then according to Malaysia RNI 2005, 20 to 30 grams of fiber intake per day is recommended for all age group. So any one of you here curious that, oh, how much is 20 to 30 grams? All right, let me show you. Okay, 20 to 30 grams of fiber actually equivalent to 8 banana, 5 apples, and also 6 bowls of salad. So any one of you here able to get this 20 to 30 gram fibers in a day? So you will just type in the chat box to just let me know. All right, okay. So or maybe you will ask me back, hey, it is impossible that one people eating the same food in a day, 8 banana and 5 apples, so impossible, right? If asking for myself, one day the max that I can eat for banana only 2. Apples is max also around 1, also sufficient already. So same food impossible. So never mind. Let me show you another example that how can you get 30 grams of fiber in various food that we usually take. Okay, can you see? One moment. Can you see my slide moving? All right, okay, here. So what does 30 grams of fiber look like? So first, you can take 2 pieces of deep Weetabix. It contains 3 grams of fiber. Apples, together with the skin, you have 4 grams. So half cup of this raw oats. Then take slice of brown bread, and then potato with skin, cup of cooked lentils, and also 2 carrots. So total here are 30 grams. So any one of you here able to get, or maybe you can just count how much fiber you can get from here. If for myself, what I can get is apple, raw oats, and also this brown bread. So total 4 plus 9 plus 2, so it's 15 grams. So I only can get 50 grams of fiber in my day. So my fiber intake is not sufficient. So any one of you here is the same with me? Okay, so never mind. So at the moment now, perhaps that I myself not getting enough fiber, perhaps that you yourself, so maybe you just shy to type it out. Okay, never mind. So actually, it seems like my slide. So okay, all right, here. Elaine Rush, a professional nutritionist at Auckland University of Technology, she even said that actually it is not easy to increase fiber in our diet. So not only me or not only you yourself, actually this professor also mentioning the same thing. Okay, let us see. So in this, according to this research in Malaysia, they are also only mentioning that Malaysians only able to get 13 to 60 grams of total dietary fiber. So it's still fall under the category of insufficient of fiber intake. Okay, let's move to this. So now, are you getting enough fiber? Yes or no? Okay, you will just type in the chat box. Let me know that whether you are getting enough of fiber or not. Okay, if you are still don't have any idea, so let me ask you another 5 more questions. First, are you able to eat 80% of alkaline food and also 20% of acidic foods in a day? Meaning that you eat more vegetables and fruits instead of compared to rice or meat. Okay, so eat raw daily. Can you imagine that you're eating salad every day? Or you eat 20 to 30 grams of dietary fiber daily, like 8 banana or 5 apples. Or if you want to get enough of fiber from various kind of foods, you need to eat 40 types of fruits and vegetables and also beans. Last question is eat organic foods. Okay, so if you are majority of you, if you answer no, so meaning that you are lacking of fiber in your diet. Never mind, if you are lacking of fiber in your daily diet, so just like me, never mind, because you can take VG81. VG81 is a simple fiber intakes for you. So this one, can you see? Can you see here? This one, yeah, VG81, yeah. All right, so because actually one scoop of VG81, it contains approximately of 5 gram of fiber. So it's recommended you take 2 scoops daily, so meaning that you have 10 gram of fiber. So if for my condition, just now I'm getting 15 gram of fiber, right, from my diet. So if adding this 10 gram of fiber from VG81, so meaning that I get 25 gram in total. So I already fall into the category of getting enough of fiber, right? So by getting VG81, it is just like a shortcut for you to supplement your fiber intake. Okay, so again, as a summary, so imagine that fiber acts like a broom. Okay, it broom, so it sweep away all the toxins, all the residual stools in your large intestines. So clean your digestive tract. Okay, yeah. So it's very important to mix our digestive tract clean, because if our digestive tract is not clean, so it will affect contaminated our blood, so it will cause a lot of disease in the future. Okay, so let us see. VG81 contains this blonde grain husk, which is one of the most famous high fiber foods in the United States, where fiber contains of it is 8 times higher than oatmeal. Perhaps that all of us, we know that oatmeal is very high in fiber content, but in this bone grain husk, it contains 8 times, it's even higher than the oatmeal. Okay. Benefits of bone grain husk, it can effectively help to eliminate stools, prevent colon cancer. It also allows beneficial bacteria to multiply in the guts, control the blood sugar and also the cholesterol level as well. Can also remove sodium from the body to improve high blood pressure conditions. So besides this bone grain husk, this is able to help us to fulfill our daily fiber needs. Not only can help us to detox, at the same time, it can also contains 81 types of fruits and vegetables, seeds, and also grains. It can supplement the body with 46 essential nutrients. So it can achieve detox and also nourish your body. So it can supplement the daily fruits and vegetable intake in 1 cup. And we suggest you to take 2 cups in a day. Okay, so let us see. So VG81 fall under the category, we classify it as 7 series, 6 nutrients, and also 80% alkaline. So what does this mean? 7 series are under this organic grains, okay, organic vegetables, organic seeds, organic Hawaiian spirulina enzyme, 11 types of beans from US, and also these chlorophylls. And 6 nutrients, remember, just like I mentioned that we need 7 nutrients to maintain our normal health. So these 6 nutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, fat, minerals, vitamin, and also 1 more fiber. So total 6. So next will be these 80% are also alkaline food. Next, okay, total 81 of the organic and natural ingredients. So let us see, go one by one of each series of ingredients that we use in this VG81. So first, organic grains. So it contains of this brown rice powder, water-soluble soy powder, short grain rice, and also 10 other types of grains as well. So second series is the organic vegetables. It contains of carrots, yam, celery, parsley, cabbage, American coriander, blue violets, spinach, and fruits. There are papaya and also apple. Third series is this organic seeds, long grain husk, as I have mentioned, and also flax seeds. So flax seeds, it contains a very high amount of omega-3 and also 6, which is very important in regulate our cholesterol level. Not only that, it contains also pumpkin seeds, pine seeds, nuts, black sesame, black beans, yellow beans, Austrians, winter beans, walnuts, and also almonds. Okay, so at the moment now 3 series. Next, spirulina. So it contains pigments that can prevent cancer, which are the chlorophylls, keratins, ruteins, and enzyme. Yeah, VG81 also contains enzyme. It contains this fruit enzyme, yeast, and also baking powder. Next, we will proceed to this 11 types of beans from US. It contains these black lentils, French green lentils, golden lentils, green lentils, red lentils, black beans, yellow beans, green beans, chrysanthemum seeds, and also soy proteins. Okay, so why we need to take beans in our daily diet? Because their protein intake is very high. If compared to meat, the protein intake is higher 2 times compared to meat, 3 times compared to eggs. And also it contains vitamin E and also B complex. So these contents are even 5 to 7 times higher than meat. So next will be this last series is a chlorophyll green essence. Chlorophyll can help us to strengthen the liver, detoxify the body, remove the body inflammations, and also relieve gastric pain. Okay, so we can see 1 glass of VG81 contains chlorophyll is equivalent to 45 times of apple. Wow. And also 2.5 times of cabbage. Vitamin B1, 1.5 times of rice. Vitamin B2, 70 times of grapes. Vitamin B3, 1.5 times of orange. Wow, we can see 1 glass of VG81 contains so much of these ingredients, okay? All right. Now, why do you need VG81? So research showed that Malaysians not getting enough fiber, can't get a good breakfast every day. How about you? Do you able to get a good breakfast in a day? Do you let me see, what breakfast do you eat? Do you like to eat bread toast and also the half-boiled eggs? I believe that it is also very famous in Singapore. Am I right? All right, okay, let's see. So next, nowadays modern people diet also tend to be more acidic because nowadays we prefer fast food, simple food like canned food. So all these also under the acidic food category, so which is bad for our health. Next, we will be the main diet related causes of death nowadays are due to heart attack, strokes, and also cancer. And the 4th one is the diabetes. So due to this, that's why we need to take VG81. Okay, so VG81 is suitable for who? Especially picky eaters. We do not take any vegetables. So can you imagine that okay, let me ask you a question. In your house, when you're eating lunch or eating dinner, any one of your family members that totally do not take any vegetables? Anyone in your house? Yeah, because actually now I'm actually staying with my sister and my brother-in-law. So when we eating, my brother-in-law actually he doesn't really like to take any vegetable unless my sister take in front of his plate, then only he will eat. So that's why I'm really strongly recommend him to take VG81, and soon I will order one for him because now this one is for myself. Now it's only left quarter of it. Okay, all right. So that's why if your family members have if you have family member who do not take any vegetable, so strongly recommend him or her to take VG81. So at least to ensure that him or her fiber intake is sufficient. Next will be someone who are always eating outside. As I mentioned just now, you do not know how to cook, or you have no time, or you have lazy, because when we are eating outside, usually what you order is something like burger or pizza or fried chicken and so on and so on. All right, so you are someone who wanted to control your weight. Okay, so we also strongly suggest you to take VG81, especially after you eat VG81, you will feel that you feel full. So that's why it can reduce your intake of junk food. So that's why it can help you to better control of your weight. So next will be vegetarians, also suitable. You are someone who are working night shift, also having stress, and also it's also suitable for people from all age group, no matter your kids, your adolescents, your adults, also suitable. Next, elderly also suitable, especially people who are with 3 highs, the high cholesterol, high diabetes, and also high sugar level, and also the hyperpressure. Because as I mentioned just now, high fiber contains food is actually already proven can help us to better control our glucose level and also our cholesterol level. So that's why we are now strongly recommend you to take this VG81 to ensure your fiber intake is sufficient. All right, not only that, if you are people with cancer, also recommend you to take as well, because even though the cancer patients, because we also need to eat fruits and vegetables, but this VG81 is only a supplement for you. So that's why people with cancer also suitable to take this VG81. Okay. So next, you are a smoker and also alcoholic, and also once again constipation. Sometimes perhaps that you will face the issue, which is you sit in the toilet for half an hour and you have already full of sweat and you can't even poop. So it is very suffering, right? So after doing VG81, so it can help you to poop more easily. So you will no longer worry on this constipation issue. Okay, so how to use? All right, so for this one, you just add 1 spoon to 350 ml water and then shake well before consumption, because inside there are already 1 spoon provided. So when you do, you just put 1 scoop to 350 ml water and just sip and drink it immediately, because inside it contains of the blonde grain husk. Blonde grain husk will absorb the water. So if you after prepare it and you just put it aside, so the content will become very sticky. So that's why we are suggesting you, after you prepare this VG81, drink it immediately. Okay. Next, if you do not want to use water, then you can replace this with fresh milk or organic soy milk also can for better taste. If for myself, I found it the best is when VG81 mixed with fresh milk. There are also, you can, there are people also like to mix with chocolate milk, almond milk, and also hazelnut milk, and also honey. So can. So most important that you need to drink VG81. So you can mix and match, see which combinations with you love the most. And after you try, if one day we meet, then you just can share to me, hey, teacher Chloe, I already found this perfect combination for myself. Then you may suggest me that I can just go and try. Okay. All right. Next, VG81 product quality has been assured. So it has been contained this good manufacturing practice certificate, and also this HACCP certificate as well. And also it is halal certified. So meaning that if you have a friends or you are having a customer who are Malay, so you can you can suggest them to take this as well, because it is halal. So no issue on this. All right. So next, in conclusions, so VG81 is a great helper in clearing stools. So breakfast, lunch, or dinner, we are suggesting you to take 2 times in a day. So perhaps that you like to eat lunch or dinner or breakfast or lunch, it's okay. It's up to you. Usually for me, I will eat breakfast and also lunch. Okay. Then after you take this VG81, you can get enough of these 46 nutrients, as I mentioned just now, and adding this 80% are also alkaline foods. So in overall, it can help you to better clearing your stools and better maintain your overall health as well. So after you're taking VG81 in a day, so you no longer worry on you will be facing malnutrition issue, or you are taking not enough of fruits, or especially someone you are staying alone, or you are staying not together with your family, then sometimes you will not buying any fruits, because fruits actually also very expensive. Do you agree? Because now I'm staying with my sister, because sometimes when we are really rarely go and buy fruits, because fruits also quite expensive. Okay, but vegetables we will consume lah. So that's why perhaps that just now I mentioned, maybe due to this, my fiber intake, if without taking VG81, my fiber intake is not sufficient. Okay, so perhaps that maybe you yourself or maybe your son or daughter also facing the same issue like me. Okay, next will be insufficient fibers. Okay, perhaps that when we are cooking in a day, you're thinking like you didn't cook any vegetable, so you're lacking of fibers. How? What should I do? Because teacher Corey said one day we need to take 20 to 30 grams of fiber. Okay, so when you take VG81, so no longer worry on this. Okay, next will be carcinogenic substance will be left in the gut. So because VG81, it effectively help you to remove all the residual stools in your guts. So do not worry on this. And next will be this inavailability of tonics outside of home, especially your son, your daughter are not staying together with you. So because sometimes as parents, you will worry that your son, your daughter do not have enough soup or do not eat healthy. So you can suggest him or her to take this VG81. All right, so in overall, this is my sharing about this VG81. So if you are currently taking VG81, so congratulations. I would like to recommend you to continue to take it. But if you are still not eating VG81 with you at the moment, I would suggest you can buy it and start it today. Okay, so that's all from my sharing.